This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman from Batman the Animated Series, telling you to subscribe to Guys Night.
So, we just got out of the spin-off film to the Rocky Balboa series, Creed. You want to throw up, do we really need IMDb for the most part? I mean, Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone.
Patricia Rashad, Teresa Thompson, something like that, is the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, honestly, when it comes to opponents, I mean, easily the most memorable is, like, Mr. T, everybody else is just, like, the side one. Like, I like Mason Dixon from Rocky Balboa, just, who is he? Yeah. But, I mean, like, and this one is another example, but the movie itself is a spin-off film of the Rocky series where you follow Apollo Creed, who since passed away in Part 4, my favorite one. You can hate me if you want to. But, I enjoy it. It's my guilty pleasure film. But, is trying to follow in his father's footsteps without really creating an image based off of, like, his father, which I completely can agree with. And he seeks out Rocky Balboa. He travels all the way from LA to Philly to train with them and be the best and be the champion. Now, I'm a big Rocky fan. I wasn't before. Like, I didn't get into Rocky until, like, later on, but I was like, damn, like, this is really inspirational. And it actually did start with, I saw the first two Rockies back to back, and I was like, it's Rocky 2 isn't even emotional, but this, I gotta say, Creed actually, it's, when it comes to film quality itself, it's definitely better than Part 4. But I would, if I could put them in order, it'd be Rocky 1, Rocky 2, and then, like, this is right there with Rocky, like, 1 and 2. Like, this is, like, one of the, and Rocky Balboa, which is an underrated movie, but this is up there. I love Creed. Like, Michael Jordan is great as his performance as this late son of Apollo Creed. And I love in the movie, like, you're wondering, why does he not want this reputation? Or why does he not want to have the title of being a son? It's like, I don't want to be known as a mistake. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we don't find that till the very end of the movie. I'm like, but it's kind of like the whole entire concept of the whole movie is like.
But it's meant to be like that.
Yeah, it's kind of great. And I give it up to Ryan Coogler. Like, the only movie I've seen him do is Fruitvale Station. I think it's like his second or third.
It is.
So I'm like,
also sorry,
and he's 29.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he did the screenplay. Like, Sylvester Stallone didn't really want to do this movie until he read his screenplay and see how it was, and was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this movie. And this movie is amazing.
It's really good. Like. And it has dramatic, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, for a grown man, I was literally in theaters like, wow, this is really emotional. It's tugging at the heartstrings, especially if you grew up with the Rocky series. All right, spoiler alert right here. So, through the course of all the drama with Adonis, like, that's his name, or Donnie, whichever you want to call him, you find out, especially longtime Rocky fans, you find out that Rocky has cancer. And he's slowly dying. And it's such a beautiful scene because he's like, I accept death. Like, if I could take happiness and put it in a balloon, I would trade anything to be with my wife one more day. I was like, that's so sad because Adrian was his rock. It was his inspiration.
No,
like,
they're
and,
not the
and then you find out Paulie. Another spoiler. Paulie dies. He has nobody.
I know,
now.
like he's gone. It's like it's Adrian, it's Paulie. It's like without them, it's like he really has nothing but the restaurant. His son's out in Vancouver.
His son left him, and he didn't even contact Apollo's wife, and like purposely since the funeral. And I'm like, I love how they actually like go back. They address in its continuity. Like they actually talk about things that happened in, all right, like the previous films. All right, and the spoilers there, but and the spoilers. But one thing is that you get a resolution between the end fight and Rocky 3. You find out who won the fight.
Finally.
After since 1982 when it came out, you find out who won the fight. It was Apollo. I was like, maybe it's just just because he wanted to give him the satisfaction, but you find out who it was.
Yeah. Do we really know? Well, Rocky said he won, but I don't know. I kind of like.
I can see. Well, I mean, it's hinted at in part 4 when he starts. He's like the same guy when he's talking to his son. He's like, "Oh, where'd you get the hat? The same guy that gave me the black eye." I'm just like, it makes sense, but. And I love how they even tie in, like, they start off like just the death of Apollo. It would have been cool if you got a flashback from part 4, because it is a great movie.
Or at least, like, maybe even, like a type of ghost scene or something.
Oh, with Carl's Weather coming back?
That would have been, at least that would have kind of...
It would have cheapened it.
It would have, but it would have been nice.
No. I mean, like, Mickey is one thing when you show him, like, their flashback, because he really was there from the beginning. Apollo Creed was there also, but... I think Duke should have came back. Apollo's trainer, the bald head, he should have definitely come back. But I think it was kind of bittersweet when you find, like, it didn't feel right when you find out that Apollo Creed had, like, an affair, and that's how, like, Donnie came to be, and I was just like, really?
It's only because you missed the movie by maybe, 2 minutes? At the very beginning, it shows him in juvie, and Patricia Rashad's there, and she's coming to get him after knowing all this time. And after trying to adopt him, like she's been looking for him, like foster him and everything. She finally found him, and then like he's in there, and she goes in there and just acts like, "Do you want to live with me?" And that's
all right. Now that concept makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, do we really need to add this effect? Like, couldn't it just be his son? I mean, there's enough of an emotional attachment that, hey, your father died fighting. Why would you want to do that? Not to mention he wanted a better life for you. And he quits his job. He had a nice job. He quits his job.
He's a college graduate and everything like that.
But he had a passion and he wanted to do something he loved, which I respect. And just like the original Rocky that came out in '76, this is a film of inspiration. This is a film about following your dreams and achieving goals, and how you face disabilities, whether it be not being able to hear, having a title that you're not necessarily proud of. It's about overcoming those obstacles, and that's what Rocky stands for. That's what the heart of, like, that's why we have the statue in Philadelphia. It's the human heart. It's that extra mile to go, and because of that, just that feeling that I had, I'm gladfully going to give Creed a 3.5 out of 4.
Me personally, it's probably one of the best movies this year I've seen.
I agree, yeah.
I actually like it better than Straight Outta Compton.
Really?
Yeah. It gave me more of an emotional thing than...
Yeah, it's sort of Straight Outta Compton's level for me.
Yeah, and the music itself is great.
I'm
like, the soundtrack, I'm like, wow, like, going from certain songs to bringing in some of the old Rocky stuff. And then,
I love it. It's the orchestra where they're like, flying high. I'm like, yes, they played it. And then at the end fight, when they played the theme, I'm like, oh shit, forget it. Like, this is it. I had my fist up. I'm like Breakfast Club style, just like, yo, get up to that mountain. I'm about to go to the gym tomorrow just because, like, yo.
And it gives, like, so many elements to, like, the first Rocky movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, just, like, the training, the determination into getting into this fight, him trying to become the champion, and him being someone who had to start doing underground fights to something like this.
I thought they were going to do the meat, because when he opened up the thing, I was like, oh, he's about to teach him how to fight with the punch the meat.
Yeah,
but they didn't do it. I was like,
thought he was going to be at the
right.
restaurant. That's what I thought he was going to do.
I was like, oh, why don't you come to the back? Just,
Yeah.
Paulie shows me this. Oh, shout out to Kensington Street.
I know, but it is great, and like us being near the area, being able to see certain things, like
there are certain landmarks.
Yeah, it's like seeing all that stuff is like it's kind of great.
Shout out to Kensington.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Oh yeah, go
Eagles.
With that last game, I don't know. I don't know if I can say that with pride, but.
I'm still Eagle fan.
So what are you gonna give this?
I give it a 4.
You're gonna give it a 4?
Give it a 4.
All right. I mean, it's a solid score. Like, me, it's a great film. It's definitely one of my favorite of the year. I'm still saving that 5, hopefully.
I know you're saving it for Star Wars.
But
it's gonna be a moment where like Jared's gonna be like.
all right. So the overall score is a 3.75. We'll round it off to a 4. I'm feeling it's in a good mood. So.
It's a 4.
Alright, but that concludes this podcast on Creed. I think I might see this again. Like, it just... I would. Like, I highly enjoyed this movie. So, until next time, this has been Jared Avery.
Sean.
Alright, be sure to like us on our Twitter page, Facebook page at Guys Night Movies. Also, be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes. And, I can never say it. Automatic?
Yes.
Yo, I actually said it for the... See what
Fine.
Creed does?
Fine.
It took all but like 40 podcasts to be like, Podomatic! Alright. And I guess, do we have any? Oh, we are currently filming our Star Wars review, so be sure we have the trailer up on our site, so be sure to check that out. Remember, we do it for the sake of the podcast. Until next time,
We're out.